I want you to think about when you first became aware, self-aware this morning. Probably for many of you looking in the mirror, brushing your teeth, you started to think about who am I and how am I going to show up today? Who am I going to be today? As I interact with other people, I wonder what impact I'll have on them. Sometimes we look in the mirror and the image we see of ourselves is not what the rest of the world sees. What we're talking about here is with this conscious awareness, having a framework with which you know yourself, how you show up and who you are, so that you can communicate and relate to others. Think about if it's more fiery red, you're determined, competitive, demanding, you love to get things done and you're task-oriented, you're always in go, go, go mode. Is that you? Does that resonate well? You're always about getting things done. How about sunshine yellow? Does that resonate better with you? Energy, enthusiasm, karaoke night, happy hour, life of the party. If it's you, you're laughing out loud because you're seeing it in yourself. Some of you lead with earth green. You're amiable, patient, caring, relaxed. You're brilliant listeners. You listen to see where someone's going to take you without the need to interrupt in a fiery red way and get something done, or maybe the need to interrupt in a sunshine yellow way and make the story about you. The gift of brilliant listening for what's said and even what isn't said falls within that introverted feeling, amiable, caring, earth green. And the last one is introverted thinking, cool blue, analytical, cautious, precise. You want me to prove these concepts to you. You'd like to read more about them. You like to study, you like to analyze, and you like to go deeper. The psychology underneath it is extroverts, introverts, thinking and feeling. Just a brilliant tool or tools and psychology that helps you access who you are, how you're wired, and what makes you tick. It's about being aware that this exists so that you can be aware of it in other people. Take out your Insights Discovery profiles and go to the very last page. Let's take a look at your color energies based on your results from the profile. If you're looking at the bar graphs, you see that the bar graph on the left was how you answered the questions. The higher the color energy, the more of that color energy you see in yourself when you are aware. The left-hand graph represents conscious persona, what you look like to others and how you show up when you are aware of your behavior. Most of the time, however, we show up unaware of our behavior, which is the graph on the right. For some of you, those graphs are similar between right and left, and for some of you, the graph on the right might be different or even show a different leading color energy. If you look at the preference flow, which is the graph in the middle, that represents how we modify the color energies to bring a better version of ourselves to whatever it is we're doing. Think about it like trying to be more of the color energies that are spiked up, and the higher the spike, the harder we try. And if the spikes are going down, we're actually using less of that color energy as we think about showing up consciously. The left-hand graph represents the order of your colors. So if you think about your top two, it's a great way to think about how you show up in your interaction with other people. Now let's take these bar graphs and translate them to take a look at how we show up as a member of a team. The way that we show a transition from individual color energies to the dynamic of teams is illustrated in this slide. We take the 4-color model, and then we introduce 4 new types, which are simply blends of the original 4 colors. We've given labels to the 8 color energies, which is the result of blending, as an example, red and yellow energy to create orange. Someone who leads with high red and yellow or high yellow and red energy could be said to lead with orange, or in this case, the label motivator. The labels on this 8-type wheel are the beginning of understanding how people tend to show up as a member of a team, and we simply call these the Insights 8 types. Now let's look at the team wheel, which includes all 72 unique Insights wheel positions. For that, we use the Insights team wheel, which is the page in front of your bar graphs. Take a look at that now. Some of you notice that you have 1 dot or wheel position, as we call it. Others may notice you have 2. One is dimly colored and one is brightly colored. The dimly colored dot represents your less conscious. Again, it's your right-hand graph. The bright dot is where you show up in the context of the Insights wheel when you are consciously aware of your behavior. If you have what appears to be 1 dot, your dots are on top of each other. Everyone has 2. The power of the wheel, the Insights wheel, is to recognize your relationship to members of a team. If you've been through a team program, hopefully you have a copy of the team wheel and can see who is like you because they're near you in the wheel and who is opposite of you. Using the Insights Team Wheel and your knowledge of your conscious and less conscious bar graphs gives you a very good idea about how you show up when you're aware of your behavior and starts to help you understand what you're like when you are unaware of your behavior as well. Now let's take a look at how to recognize color energies in other people. I'll let you read this slide because this is going to happen as soon as we go to lunch. You're going to look at each other and you're going to see behaviors. Just read it for yourselves. I know, it's crazy, right? But it's true. You do one of these things, don't you? And one of these things that other people does makes you crazy. They're probably your opposite type. Isn't it funny how we do it? I should probably have one more up there for the person who leans in, pretending to hit the open door button, but really hits the closed door. Maybe that's bad red, I don't know. The point behind what I'm saying is think about how you're wired and how you show up. In terms of igniting your business and having more success in that area, how might you contribute? Whatever role that you play. It's a function of your personality and where you fit in our model. And if you really want to expand that impact, right, then think about in terms of leading others. How can you have a greater impact? Because there's a natural position you hold within models like this. You're naturally good at some things and you struggle harder with other things. Be aware, be focused, know yourself, know other people. Pay attention to other people as you interact with them for the purpose of understanding who they are and how they're wired. Take action so that you can move forward, but recognize that when you're having trouble with someone else, here's a quote from Jung again, everything that irritates us about others can lead us to a deeper understanding in ourselves. If you're irritated by something someone else is doing, pause and reflect on why. All right, ask the question like Reese was saying, why? Why is this happening? What's going on? Because very likely it's more about you than about someone else. And wrapping up for you, pay attention, be aware, use your conscious brain to see who people really are. If you wonder what it feels like, pay attention to your blinking right now for just a second. Notice you're blinking? You're doing it, you're self-aware. It's that easy. Now tomorrow morning when you're brushing your teeth and looking in the mirror, I hope you have a little moment of self-awareness again. I don't want you to think of me, but think about blinking, look in the mirror and say, wow, I'm aware. I'm gonna go be aware of everybody that I meet today. That's the plan. Focus on others. Know your unique personality style. Use whatever model helps you make sense of you in relationship to others, but notice the otherness of the other. Everyone in here is unique from everyone else. Everyone brings a gift. Everyone brings a unique personality, and they're dying for you to notice it. Just like you are dying to be communicated with in your preferred style, so is everybody else. Give them that gift, take action, and make a difference. Thank you very much.